The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Longman Simplified English Series. Read by Orathai Sitthichan. Chapter 21. Looking for Treasure. There comes a time in the life of every normal boy when he is filled with a desire to go somewhere and dig for hidden treasure. Its desire suddenly came upon Tom one day. He failed to find Joe Harper, and Ben Rogers had gone fishing, but he stumbled upon her friend, the red-handed. Tom took him aside and revealed the matter to him privately. "Where shall we dig?" asked Huck. "Oh, almost anywhere." "Why, is it hidden all around?" "No, of course it's not. It's hidden in very special places, Huck. It's sometimes on islands, sometimes in rotten sheets under the end of the limb of an old dead tree, just where the shadow falls at midnight, but mostly under the floor in haunted houses." "Who hides it?" "White robbers, of course. Who do you think? T-shirts." "Don't they come back for it?" "No, they think they will, but they generally forget the marks, or else they die. Anyway, it lies there a long time and gets trusty. Then somebody finds an old yellow paper that tells one how to find the marks, a paper that has to be studied for about a week because it's mostly science. Have you got one of those papers, Tom?" "No." "Well, then how are you going to find out the marks?" "I don't want any marks. They always bury it under a haunted house or on an island or under a dead tree with one limb sticking out. There are lots of trees with their limbs sticking out, hundreds of them." "It is under all of them." "How you talk?" "No." "Then how do you know which one to go for?" "Go for all of them." "Why, Tom, it will take all the summer." "Well, that doesn't matter. Suppose you find a pot with $100 in it, or a loaded chest full of diamonds. Would you like that?" Huck's eyes grew. "That's right. Tom, find enough for me. Just give me the $100, and I won't want any diamonds." "All right, but I won't turn my nose up at diamonds. Some of them are worth $20 each. There aren't any worth less than $1. Haven't you ever seen one, Huck?" "I don't think so." "Oh, kings have bags of them." "Well, I don't know any kings, Tom." "I know you don't, but if you went to Europe, you'd see heaps of them." "Are they in heaps?" "In heaps, no." "Well, why did you say they were?" "I only meant that you see a lot of them, not in heaps, of course." "Why should I want to be in heaps?" "All right, but where are you going to dig first?" "Suppose we tie that old dead limb tree on the hill the other side of Seal House Stream." "All right." So they got a rusty pick and a spade and set out on their 3-mile walk. They left hot and breathless and threw themselves down into the shade to rest. Then they worked and sweated for half an hour. There was no result. They labored another half hour. There was still no result. "Do they always bury it as deep as this?" asked Huck. "Sometimes, not always, not generally. I think we haven't got the right place." So they chose a new spot to begin again. The labor lagged a little, but still they made progress. Finally, Hank leaned on his spade, with the Swede from his forehead with his teeth, and said, "We must be in the wrong place again. What do you think?" "It's very funny, Hank. I don't understand it." "Oh, I know what the matter is. What fools we are! You must find out where the shadow of the lamp falls at midnight, and that's where you dig. Then, hang it all, we've done all this work for nothing. Now we got to come back at night. It's a very long wait. Well, I will come round and meet tonight." The boys were there that night about the appointed time. They sat in the shadow waiting. It was a lonely place, and the boys talked little. Presently they judged that midnight had come. They marked where the shadow fell and began to dig hopefully. The hope depends, but every time their hearts jumped when they heard too big a streak upon something, they only suffered a new disappointment. It was only a stone or a root. "It's no use, Hank," said Tom at last. "We are wrong again. But we can't be wrong. We mark the shadow exactly. I know, but there's another thing we only guessed the time. Perhaps it was too late or too early." Hank dropped his spade. "That's it," he said. "We can never tell the right time, and besides, this kind of thing is too awful. I feel as if there is something horrible behind me all the time, and I'm afraid to turn around because perhaps there are others in front waiting for a chance to jump at me. I've felt queer all over ever since I got here." "Well, I felt the same, Huck. They nearly always put in a dead man when they bury a treasure under a tree to watch it." "Good heavens, yes, they do. I've always heard that, Tom. I don't like to interface with places where there are dead people. One's sure to get into trouble with them. I don't like to stir them up either, Huck. Suppose this one here wants to stick his head out and say something." "Don't, Tom. It's awful. I said let's give this place and try somewhere else." Tom considered for a moment and then said, "The haunted house, that's it." "I don't like haunted houses, Tom. Why they are far worse than dead people. Dead people may talk, but they don't come sliding around in a sheet when you're not noticing and peep over your shoulder, or of a sudden and grind their teeth the way a ghost does. I couldn't bear such a things as that, Tom. Nobody could." "Yes, but heck, ghosts only travel about at night. They won't hinder us from digging there in the daytime. So, what's the use of being afraid?" "Well, all right, we're tied to our house, if you say so, but I think it's taking a rise." They had started to go down the hill by this time. There in the middle of moonlit, while it stood, the haunted house. I tell you, Lily, its fences gone long ago, with heading to doorstep. The chimney its rents, the window farmed without glass, a corner of the roof fallen in. The boys went right to the right, to keep as far as possible from such an evil-looking place.